Whether you're looking to buy or sell a home in the state of Georgia, this is a form you really need to familiarize yourself with. It is the Georgia Purchase and Sale Agreement. It is a fully packed 9 pages of legal information. The good news is, on the front page are the 5 key points of negotiation. Now, everything's negotiable, but the 5 key points are all on the front page, which makes it really nice to review the Georgia contract. So if you're looking to buy or sell, my recommendation is from day one, ask your agent, or if you're working strictly with a lawyer, ask the attorney for a copy of the agreement so you can start familiarizing yourself with the agreement so that when one is presented to you or you present one, you're ready. The 5 key points of negotiation on the front page starts with the obvious one, the price. What's a buyer willing to pay? What's a seller willing to accept to sell that home? That's the open and obvious one I think we're all familiar with. The next 4 are a little more obscure and what you really need to start giving some thought to. And the second point is the closing date, the date of possession. Under the Georgia Purchase and Sale Agreement, it's normal that when you go to the closing, you as the seller hand the keys to the buyer, and from that point on, it's your home. So what you really need to focus on here for my sellers is, can I be out of this home timely, pursuant to the contract? If it's a cash deal, you're probably going to need to be out of that home within 30 days. If it involves a loan, you're probably looking at 45 to 60 days. So if you're selling, you need to ask yourself, can I move that quickly? Because if you can't, you either need to, 1, negotiate an extended closing, not what I would recommend, or 2, go ahead and rent a storage unit and start moving out. 1, it'll help you stage your home so your home will look its best, and 2, it'll help you get the home sold timely. The problem with extending a closing date is stuff happens. I've had buyers back out due to divorces, death, cancer, heart attacks, strokes, myriad of reasons. If you're the seller, start moving out. Be prepared to close timely. The third point of negotiation that's on the front page is the earnest money. How much money as a buyer are you willing to put down to show the seller that you're earnest, that you really plan on purchasing this home? How much as a seller are you willing to accept to take your home off the market? And that's a point of negotiation. I have seen earnest money be nothing. I've seen earnest money be tens of thousands of dollars. It's just something that's negotiated. However, buyer, seller, once that earnest money is put down, it's at risk if you're trying to buy that home. In that, there's a due diligence period, and that leads us to our 4th point of negotiation, and that's the due diligence period. It's the period within which, buyer, you have the right to get out of the contract for whatever reason. It's normally when you go in and you do all your inspections, your home inspection, your termite inspection, your septic inspection, and if you're unhappy with something, you can negotiate the price more or negotiate repairs being performed by the seller. If you back out before your due diligence period expires, you get your earnest money back. If you allow it to expire, you're probably going to lose that earnest money. And that leads us to our 5th and final key point of negotiation, and that's a due diligence fee. How much are you willing to put up to have that due diligence period? I can tell you in our market, it varies. I've seen 0. I've seen as high as $20,000. Routinely, people allow a due diligence period without charging a due diligence fee, but it is something you need to consider up front. These are the 5 key negotiations in the Georgia Purchase and Sale Agreement. Make sure if you're selling or buying, you familiarize yourself with this form. Appreciate you watching. My name's Rick Andrews. I'm with Century 21 Black Bear Realty. As always, if you have any questions, give me a call. Thank you.